Member Kamloops North Thompson.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, 6 months ago, the minister posed with Juan and said this company was a great example of market-based solutions to make housing more affordable. But in direct response to the minister's policies, Juan now says, and I quote, "We have now halted plans for hundreds of new purpose-built rental units. Government opposition to purpose-built rental business is stifling much-needed rental housing supply," end quote. So why is the minister stifling the very rental developments she's claiming to be advocating for?
Minister of Municipal Affairs and Housing.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. You know, I've spent the last year in this file talking with many developers and many landlords and trying to identify what were some of the barriers. And the two biggest barriers for them, Honourable Speaker, was land costs, those were a significant challenge, and the development approval process. And so we took some significant steps, some bold steps, Honourable Speaker. We brought in rental-only zoning that would help manage some of those costs. And we've committed at the UBCM to take a look at the development approval process, to overhaul a process that is decades old so that we can make it more streamlined and make it work better for everybody, ideally for the people of British Columbia so they can find the housing that they desperately need.
Member Kamloops North Thompson on a supplemental.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Well, let's try this again. The Juans aren't alone. Albert Wong is a non-market housing developer from Terra Housing who is active with abundant housing in Vancouver. He says that the minister's policies place redevelopment pressure on the older rental stock that is generally affordable. In other words, the minister's policies will turn existing affordable rentals into high-end condos. Will the minister explain why her policies are removing affordable rental units instead of creating affordable rental units?
Minister of Municipal Affairs and Housing.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Speaker, and perhaps the members on the other side don't understand what it means to take bold steps in order to address a housing crisis. This rental-only zoning, we have 2 local governments who've already expressed significant interest in that. Making sure that rental-only zoning means you can build only rental. Remember, we have 1.5 million renters in this province, and we need to make sure that there's opportunity for purpose-built rental. And the other thing that I think is really, really critical, because again and again we heard from the other side complaints when they were on this side of the House, all the complaints that they had for local government, the complaints about how long it was taking to get projects moved through the system. Well, I listened. I was listening to what the members on the opposite, when they were on this side, what they were saying. And so we're taking the steps. They could do all the complaining that they wanted when they were here, but they did nothing, Honourable Speaker. They did nothing. We are taking significant steps to address the development approval process so that it is a shorter amount of time, so that it's more affordable for the developers to deliver on affordable housing for British Columbians.